Well now, another discussion video. We're here for fucking puppets and characters that I feel were just a bit on the overhated side. Okay, listen. I'm not gonna argue, oh come on, I like the Huckerdoos, they're the best characters ever. No. I still pretty much don't care about them that much, and if they never went past their first debut, I never would have cared that much. Sometimes I still forget about them. But compared to the amount of hate the community went up the ass with parody videos describing and descriptive details about them, I still feel like the show had way worse characters before, and debatably some of the main characters we see every video are far worse than just 4 side characters. Are they even side characters anymore? They don't even appear as much. You know what? Not now. I do generally feel like the Huckerdoos have some pretty good hidden potential that the show just never realized or flat out wasted on. A Marvin and Hank video is just dying to be made because they're so similar. So let's go into the abyss and talk about the Huckerdoo family. I don't know what SML spin-off universe these people teleported from, but they were just never mentioned beforehand. The family at first seemed like stereotypical perfectionist family from the 50s. Hey honey, I'm home, head ass. I pack you your favorite lunch, like shut the fuck. They seem to be a perfect family with no problems until the kids show off their terrible singing skills and Hank throws a tray at them. No matter if people hate them, this moment will never not be funny. So the characters. Hank is a dad, seemingly kind, who is quick-tempered and loves his accomplishments more than anything. I mean, he loves grass a little bit too much. The mom seems like a generic character until a little bit down the line, and the kids were not properly introduced yet, so we don't know much about them. The Huckerdoo video on its own is nothing special, and they weren't really hated yet. In fact, some people kinda like them for having new characters introduced and the story possibilities of maybe Marvin getting mixed into them. The potential was right there from the start. And thankfully, the sequel video, Babysitting the Huckerdoos, was a better insight on the kid characters while showing that Hank is a terrible dad and husband, cheating on the mom and not caring about Susan, and the fact that the kids have never heard the concept of fun or being a normal kid. The Huckerdoos, of course, were miles different compared to the main characters, and a video of them coinciding sounds like it could be fun. But then the oversaturation began. I think SML's main problem when it comes to introducing new characters, he doesn't try to change them much or make them interesting. He mostly gives them a unique quirk or catchphrase and put them in almost every video. Long enough, the characters began to show up all the time, and it caused the fanbase to be split between liking them and hating them. An overwhelming majority started to hate them for their one-dimensional shtick. The characters began to appear all the time and not much of them changed. The characters slowly began to lose meaning or potential when they stayed the same all the time, and they served more of a plot device than actual people or written characters. And this brings us to the abuse of appearances. Throughout last year, these became the new characters a fan base was split upon. Some people say they were unique and brought some humor, while most found them a bit annoying when SML began to use the characters so much. So let's talk more about that. The Huckerdoo family all have their differences in personality. Hank is a husband who only loves cutting his grass and either hates his kids or cheats on his wife. Personally, I think Hank is the least terrible one. He's not good, but he's the most tolerable one for me. Suzanne went from a normal mom into a clone of Rose. Like really, they turned her into a character who just loves cheating on his husband. It's not like we have Rose already. I never cared about Susan at all, but I did sense potential when she showed interest in Marvin. Seriously, a video of Marvin and Suzanne secretly dating and Rose getting jealous sounds like payback to me. The daughter, whose name I will never remember, is by far the least memorable one. I forgot she existed entirely until she reappeared a month ago. She serves no purpose, and don't we already have a teenage girl character? Yeah, her name's Penelope, and she's not even that interesting to begin with. And lastly, Timmy. the most fleshed out character who was once just a shy, timid kid who had a rebellious side. He hated his dad's strict home life and wanted to have fun with the other characters. That would have been pretty good, having a fourth friend group. Honestly, that's good. Until they changed his character to be gay out of nowhere. Now, the gay thing, I do not care for. Cody is a gay character and he's one of my favorites, until Timmy ruined him for a while. Because of Timmy's new personality of just Cody number 2, the gay humor on the show, which can already be a bit off-putting and inappropriate sometimes, just doubled down and went from weird to downright uncomfortable. No video was safe with these two. Every video with these two would have them escalating the more uncomfortable humor. You know the ones. Talent show, Cody's hot dog restaurant, stinking. Timmy ruined Cody's character around this time because Cody became less of his own character and just gay stereotype, which is why I do not blame people when people who liked Timmy before instantly hated him, and to the point that Logan stopped them dating, even if the real reason was because YouTube had to step in, but whatever. To add on to this point from earlier, characters becoming overused with their quirks, they just became one-dimensional. There were no new spins or twists or progress. The dad is terrible and only talks about trophies and mowing his grass, and that's it. Well, I did like the other part of his character where he was oblivious of Suzanne cheating. I can see that going places. As for the other characters, the wife liked cheating and that's it. Timmy is a gay stereotype worse than Cody and that's it. The daughter just breathes. The show overused them so much to the point that they hurt videos more often than helped them. I kinda wondered why these characters of all SML characters got videos like this, got videos of people killing them, why these characters got so much hatred compared to the ones that we had on the show for 10 years. Yet for some reason, characters who only appeared a year ago, yet these characters got the fandom fired up. Now, as you know me, as I am the king of SML hot takes, and as I'm saying this with 3 sniper rifles pointed at me, the Huckerdoos are not that bad. They're not that bad as people claim they are. I think the show had way worse characters before. I still stand by that current Jeffy now is a much worse character than characters who hardly appear anymore anyway. I could argue how the show overused Jeffy now, he's a plot device, they clickbait him now than ever before, and the character himself served no purpose really. But really, the Huckerdoos don't really strike me as characters who I wish would die or get rid of. The reason why I started to not like them was for the overused appearances and tiresome jokes, and for the fact that their character changes was doing the show a lot more harm than good. My stance is neutral. I wouldn't mind seeing them again under some different circumstances and if they were written better. Allow me to give my thoughts. I would love Hank to be a frenemy of Marvin. Think about it, these two will be perfect, and Logan just doesn't see the possibility. In fact, I have my own idea if you want to hear it. Marvin obviously resents Hank for having a well-behaved son and wife that still loves him. While Hank seems more successful, secretly Hank is miserable and hates that his wife doesn't seem affectionate and resents Marvin thinking that his wife still loves him. Both neighbors try to one-up each other to impress the other, and then they go out to eat or something, and both of them love the time away from their family. And then they both get along through talking about how their wives are cheaters. Marvin's like, hey, I saw your wife inviting guys over the other day. Then Hank's like, yeah, she does that all the time. And then Marvin says, yeah, my wife's a cheating hoe too. You see, both dads secretly hate their wives and kids, both becoming close friends. At this point, if SML characters are gonna hate each other, then at least let's make some interesting stories out of it. For Suzanne, obviously she likes Marvin way too much, and I wish there was a video of them dating and Marvin getting revenge for Rose cheating on him. Honestly, I don't really care about Timmy that much anymore, but I guess I would be happy if they just reverted him back to a shy kid, or maybe a 4th additional friend. I mean, 4 characters and 4 different actors, so there's no concern about an actor having to play 2 characters and switch in between. And the daughter could fuck off into the sunset, I don't care about her. On a serious note, I don't think the Huckerdoos ruin SML, nor are they that vastly worth hating on. As I said before, I think the show had much worse characters before, and even some of the more ongoing and current characters we see every day are much worse characters. Even now, currently, the Huckerdoos aren't even worth hating on because Logan stopped using them, since I think Logan thought the problem with them was that people didn't like them in general, when the problem was more or less of him not doing anything special with them, and they were just nothing but overused jokes. I would be slightly sad if they never came back because so much potential. Instead of Marvin and Jeffy's repetitive shenanigans, let's get a video of Hank and Marvin hanging out, Junior, Joseph, Cody, and Timmy sneaking into an event, Marvin and Suzanne dating, even Rose and Suzanne having a girls' night out. But I guess only time will tell. Well, I said my piece of the Huckerdoo family, and I know it's a hot take, but it's one that I think is more worth a discussion. I truly feel the characters are not as bad as the fandom perceived them, and if Logan ever brought them back as a second chance, make them better and interesting. Anyway, that'll do for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed your time, and until next time.